Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. I see there's a couple more seats if you want to sit down. So, welcome everybody. My name is Ed Schlesinger. I'm the Benjamin T. Rome Dean of the Whiting School of Engineering. And it is truly my great pleasure to welcome you to the installation of Axel Krieger as the Croft Linde Faculty Scholar. Thank you for being here today to celebrate this very special occasion. And I would like to offer a special welcome to our guest of honor, Axel Krieger, and his wife, Chantel. While the Croft family was not able to join us for the ceremony today, we were very honored that Russell Croft and his wife, Erica, were able to join us for a festive lunch and conversation. And Carol Croft Linde is also not able to join us in person today, but I understand that she is joining us online, joining the ceremony virtually. The installation of a faculty scholar is a particularly wonderful moment in the life of an institution. It allows us to recognize outstanding junior faculty for their scholarship, research, and entrepreneurial thinking. And I'd also want to recognize the generous support that the late L. Gordon Croft and the Gordon Croft Foundation have made in the Whiting School and in our ability to effect positive change in the world by creating this Faculty Scholar Award. So a little bit about the donor. Mr. Croft graduated from Johns Hopkins University in 1956 with a bachelor's degree in industrial engineering and went on to have a successful career with T. Rowe Price and later established Croft Leominster Incorporated with his sons. His passion for business, finance, and philanthropic initiatives for engineering, nanotechnology, and alternative energy fuels, his extraordinary impact on the engineering and environmental communities is something that is greatly, greatly appreciated. Mr. Croft's immense generosity through the G. Croft Investment Management Faculty Scholar Endowment, which supports the Carol Croft Linde Faculty Scholar Award, aids faculty members whose innovative work impacts and influences our environment, entrepreneurial spirit, and our everyday lives. Faculty Scholar Awards not only help us to attract, retain, and in this case honor the tremendous accomplishments of a faculty member, they also elevate the status of a department like that of mechanical engineering and the Whiting School and the university as a whole. Mr. Croft named this award in honor of his daughter, Carol, and actually established similar awards in honor of his two other children, Kent and Russell. His true sense of family translates so well into this occasion, as we are thrilled to formally install the new Carol Croft Linde Faculty Scholar, Axel Krieger. In addition to these Faculty Scholar Awards, Mr. Croft and the Gordon Croft Foundation generally supported undergraduate scholarships, graduate fellowships, and lecture series, to name a few of their areas of support. And as an undergraduate first-year student who was at my house for a dinner once pointed out to me after meeting Mr. Croft, he reported to me the amazing coincidence that we have a building on campus also named for Croft. And I suggested to him that he ask Mr. Croft about that coincidence. But in any event, the ripple effect of this level of support can be seen in the caliber of students attending Hopkins, the amazing array of research, discovery, and innovation taking place every day. Sadly, in September of last year, Gordon Croft passed away. He is greatly missed. I certainly personally miss him. Talking with him about counting cards in blackjack and new technologies that were on the horizon that we in the School of Engineering should be aware of. And so truly, personally, and as members of the community, we remember him fondly, and we definitely miss him. But today we honor Gordon's legacy of philanthropy and generosity to Johns Hopkins and the Whiting School over many years. And so I'm very grateful for Mr. Croft, his family, and the Gordon Croft Foundation's generosity and commitment, especially at this moment. Now, Axel, a few people are going to be formally going to speak on your behalf and congratulate you, but I would want to be, and I am going to be, the very first to formally congratulate you on being named to this faculty scholar. We're certainly very proud to have you as a member of our community. And with that, I'm going to now introduce and welcome to the podium Gretar Tryggvason, the Charles A. Miller Jr. Distinguished Professor and Department Head of Mechanical Engineering. Gretar?
Okay, so it is a real pleasure to be here. I've been the head of the Department of Mechanical Engineering for the last 8.5 years, which means that I was involved in convincing Axel to join us and in helping his promotion. We have also frequently interacted, both as colleagues and as in my capacity as a steward of the department. Thus, I'm very familiar with what he does and the exciting progress he has been making both before and after joining us. Axel received his PhD in mechanical engineering in 2008 from Johns Hopkins University, our place, and then he joined Sentinelle Medical Inc, who had licensed an invention from his doctoral work. In 2011, he moved to Sheikh Zayed Center for Pediatric Surgical Innovation at the Children's National Health System, and in 2017, he moved to the Department of Mechanical Engineering at the University of Maryland, College Park. And then in the summer of 2020, we managed to attract him to the Department of Mechanical Engineering here as a tenured track assistant professor. He was tenured and promoted to associate professor in 2023. So Axel research focuses on medical robotics with emphasis on innovative smart surgical systems, novel approaches to image-guided intervention and translation of these technologies to clinical practices. I will not attempt to describe his research in any detail. That's almost certainly better left to him. But let me emphasize that while Axel possesses superb and incredible technical skills, his work is extremely interdisciplinary, and part of his challenges is to build relationship with a large number of people in diverse fields. This he also does exceptionally well. I've been enormously impressed by Axel's vision and advances. His goal to move us towards autonomous surgery would have been unthinkable just a few years ago, but now it is not. He quickly realized that recent development in AI is just what he needed, and while many of us are using AI to do what we already do a little faster or a little better, he saw the potential for a truly revolutionary transformation. We all appreciate that large language models transformed our interactions with information and language. I can now read almost anything in any language. But autonomous surgery is likely to have at least a comparable impact, if not bigger, and Axel is taking us there. Axel is also a wonderful colleague, and I know that I speak for all of my colleagues stating that we are delighted that he is here. On behalf of both myself and my colleagues, Axel, congratulations on your appointment as the Carol Croft Linde Faculty Scholar, and I believe that I now invite you to respond.
Thank you so much. It's truly a privilege and a great honor to address you today as the Carol Croft Linde Faculty Scholar. First of all, I wanted to sincerely thank our donor and the Carol Croft Linde Foundation for this really generous gift. It was a true pleasure to have lunch with Russell and Erica, the son and daughter-in-law from Gordon, and learn about the legacy that Gordon built and that lives on through his family. Really a tremendous pleasure learning, about his life and what he cares about, and so honored to be sponsored by that and having the ability to, further our research and education. Also, really want to thank the leadership of Hopkins, Ed, Gretar, and everybody for nominating me for this amazing award, and then also supporting me, throughout my faculty career, believing in me when I first, interviewed here. I remember sitting in Gretar's office. He asked me, "What do you want to accomplish in 5 years?" And I told him, I want to, have a completely autonomous appendectomy. It ended up being cholecystectomy, so I was a little bit off, but I think we definitely, held to the promise and achieved something really, really great. And then I next really want to thank my amazing colleagues and staff, here at Hopkins that, always supported me and the great friendships, seeing Jochen here, Russ, Matthias, Jeremy, Peter, KT, so many here. Thank you and for the incredible support on the way. I came from University of Maryland, also thought I was well supported, but then really coming, to Hopkins, where this is so much more collaborative and such a great family that helps and support each other was a huge change, and I absolutely love it, and it's my dream job here. One example was when I wrote my, NSF career grant. It was my last chance to get it. The third time I was really nervous, and then the weekend before it was due, my mentors Noah and Louis, really helped me with fine-tuning, the summary page and getting it honed perfectly for the submission, and then I was successful. So thank you so much. Also want to, of course, thank my PhD advisor and mentor, Louis. Loved working with you as a PhD student. Maybe one quick episode that I tell my students a lot, like Louis sometimes was gone for a bit for, one of those research cruises, so didn't have always, full access, constantly every day or week. But when something really bad happened, he was, always incredibly there for me. I had an experiment in Boston at the Brigham and Women's Hospital, and my robot caught on fire inside the MRI suite. So, kind of the worst thing that could ever happen as a PhD student, and I called up Louis, and he was there and made the time, helped me navigate the situation, and really, never was angry at me or just so super supportive. And so I want to bring that to my students, that I want to be there for you when you truly need me. Sorry if I may be a little bit slow on emails or Slack now, so maybe that's something that I'm picking up from Louis here. Next, want to thank my incredible lab team, students, for your, endless dedication, excitement, friendship. I am so happy to have such a good lab culture where we, like and enjoy each other. It's so much fun to come to work every day. You're incredibly hardworking. On Monday was Martin Luther King Day, holiday, Hopkins holiday. I walked through the lab, and like nearly everyone in my lab is working here. So I'm very sorry for making you work so hard. I don't know. I hope it's not, coercion or so. I hope it's, really, your passion. Some examples, of the hard work and excitement in the lab. When I was at Children's National, we did our first study for autonomous suturing. We didn't have much funding, so we had to come in like Sunday night to wrangle the pigs to give them shots after the autonomous surgery study. So with Justin and Simon, like doing this on a Sunday night, and then Hamed, Michael, working there, so many late hours. I remember that dearly. Also, at University of Maryland, when we started our lab and COVID hit, everybody was, at home, and our lab, decided to come in and do something, to combat, the pandemic. We helped build a testing booth that was deployed, in downtown Baltimore. at homeless shelters so that physicians could be, testing patients in a safe manner. And doing this during COVID while everything was shut down, I'm just incredibly proud of our lab to pull something like that off, and really shows the true dedication and hard work. I also rely on my students to, really infuse the lab with novel ideas. And, when we first thought about cholecystectomy, we kind of wrote it, the ARPA-H grant, in a traditional way of using robotics with a model-based approach. And then hiring, postdoc Brian and student Sam and Justin Chen, they really convinced me that we should try, the completely novel, AI method. And, and at first I was, not, huge believer, but gave them the opportunity to kind of demonstrate. And then we, really switched the entire grant over to this groundbreaking new method. So again, thank you so much to my amazing students and great lab, and love working with you. Lastly, I want to thank my family for all the support. My parents, back in Germany, parents-in-law, Leo and Violette, my kids, and then my lovely wife, Chantal, who is here today. Thank you so much for supporting me out throughout my career. And Chantal, not just supported, but hugely influential in me becoming a medical roboticist. Chantal started med school shortly after we met. I was really only doing automotive robotics, and that was hugely influential in pushing me towards medical robotics. And you reading my, first crappy German, half German English papers, and really helped me, set me on the right path. Also, Chantal, you took, some time, reduction in your effort at work to support the family, to kind of, allow me to, make these advances in my career. So thank you so much. Wanted to tell you a little bit about, our research and the direction. So we work on smart and autonomous robotic surgery. So current manual and teleoperated robotic surgery depends heavily on the skills and education of the operating surgeons. We develop novel techniques so that we look at the critical parts of surgery and build systems with higher degrees of autonomy. So then surgeons could, lean back and watch the robot perform some critical portions. This could potentially reduce complications, could help with shortage in surgeons, and be used in situations where there's no surgeon available, like in trauma cases, or maybe if you go to space. I know this is a huge direction, of the university, so that we could support something like that. Our recent landmark paper in Science Robotics achieved the middle portion of cholecystectomy gallbladder removal surgery without needing any human assistant, was able to do this completely autonomous, so the soft tissue manipulation for clipping and cutting of gallbladder. So huge achievement and really a huge excitement in our lab. Getting grants is getting harder and harder, and so it's took us a long time to be kind of a believer in this autonomous surgery. In the beginning was really difficult to convince funders, convince papers that this is exciting. I remember some of our first rejections of our grants, and now it's really supported well by ARPA-H, DARPA, and so much more excitement and belief. So it's really valuable to be at the front of things and believe in things early and develop things early. That's what I'm so excited about, this opportunity of the Croft Linde faculty scholar, that now we have some means to seed some of the groundbreaking new ideas, independent of what current grants we have, but really, set the foundation for the next generation of systems that we want to develop. With that, want to conclude and thank one more time the fantastic, generosity of Croft Linde that made this possible. Thank the leadership of the Whiting School, all my colleagues and friends, students, postdocs, and my family. Really honored and excited what the future will bring, and really excited to push full force forward. Thank you so much.
So, Axel, thank you very much of a very interesting discussion and reminiscences. I want to, well, I'm not going to remove it from the pedestal because it'll fall, but I want to present you with this souvenir, if you will, of today's installation. And that's for you. Thank you all for joining us, and please stay with us for refreshments and a little bit of celebration. And again, congratulations to Axel.